What are the rules every Formula One driver has to follow? Hi guys, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 15 rules that every Formula One driver has to follow. Some of these may seem like common sense, but there are a few that even the most experienced drivers might not know about. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Formula One has a lot of rules. We're a sport with only one simple goal: to finish first. There are more than just sports rules to follow. I explained this in the technical rules. The rules for making these high-performance cars are insane in fun and one of the most complex racing series. Number 1. The one-move defending rule. The Formula One defending process is fairly similar to that of other open-wheel series. It is against the rules to aggressively block a driver trying to pass you. Although blocking to the inside is fine, weaving and similar maneuvers aren't. Drivers indeed enjoy pushing the boundaries. Number 2. Drivers must qualify within 1.07% of the pole sitter. To prevent cars that were slow from interfering with the rest of the grid, this rule was implemented a few years ago. To qualify, each car must lap at least 1.07% faster than the fastest driver. Number 3. They earn a point for the fastest lap. 2 years ago, this rule was introduced to some skepticism. However, it gained quite a bit of popularity. For many years, F1's fastest lap has been solely for pride. A point has been awarded to whoever sets the fastest lap of the race in 2019. There was a bit of spice added by drivers pitting late to steal the bonus point when they could get fresh tires. Number 4. If an engine part is changed, they take a grid drop penalty. There is a great deal of opposition to this. The rule is in place to stop engine suppliers from spending crazy amounts. There is a limit to how many engines a driver can use each year, and some components can be used once or twice. For each control electronics unit over 3, they are given a 10th place drop. It's 10 for the first time and 5 for any subsequent time. Number 5. Speeding in the pit lane. You get a penalty. It is not acceptable to speed in an F1 pit lane. Not a good idea. The pit lane speed limit did not exist until the early 1990s. As a result, cars would race into the pit lane, stop for a pit stop, and then race back out. Number 6. They must change tire compounds in the race. You don't have to get confused now. The issue isn't simply about drivers having to change their tires. Let's take a closer look at it. A race can use 3 dry tire compounds weekend and the race itself. Once a driver changes compounds in a race, so in effect, there's a mandatory pit stop. But it has to be a change of compounds. Number 7. Safety car line overtaking. After an accident, drivers can overtake each other following the arrival of the safety car. Drivers can overtake each other once they've passed the line as they restart. There has been a safety car line down the pit straight for the past few years. They will begin as soon as they cross the start-finish line. Number 8. Hands devices must be worn. Open-wheel racing relies heavily on the hands device for safety. It's not just Formula One that requires this. This is available in IndyCar, NASCAR, Formula E, and Formula 3. Many lives have been saved by the device, and some serious injuries have been avoided. A safety belt must always be worn. Number 9. Can't race if they don't participate in Saturday practice. When you think about it, this rule makes perfect sense. Many Formula One fans are unaware of it. A driver who participates in all the sessions on Friday may not participate in the race if he or she fails to attend practice 3 on Saturday. Number 10. Drivers can't receive a lot of help over the radio. Sport is better off with this rule, which fans push for. To be honest, the coaching drivers' comments on the radio were frequently ludicrous. The rules for radio communication were then drastically altered in 2016. Number 11. The driver needs to be in control. Formula One introduced many of the safety systems found in regular road cars today, but most of them have been banned since then. Launch control, ABS, traction control, etc. need to be cancelled so that the driver can control the car himself. Number 12. Don't force the driver off the track. There's a nice alignment between this. The attack has now become aggressive. Passing a driver can sometimes lead to pushing them off the track forcibly. That is when things go too far. It is quite obvious when drivers don't attempt to leave any room for their competitors. Number 13. Blue flags must be obeyed. There are quite a few variations in blue flag rules between series. Take a look at IndyCar, and they are more of a guideline. As a result, drivers there will often do everything in their power to remain on the lead lap. As the leaders lap you, you have just 3 corners to get out of the way. Number 14. Don't hold others up in qualifying. It works similarly to the blue flag rule but for qualifying. During qualifying, if a driver is on a down lap or out lap and a driver behind them is running their qualifying run, the driver in front must move out of the way. Don't waste any time. If you're curious to know more about Formula 1, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching. See you next.